Okay, so end of day roundup for the 13th of November 2023. It's a Monday evening. What I'm gonna do first is just run through my live trading charts, explain what happened for the day, and then we'll go from there. So on the 4 hour, as we said, our daily bias starting from the morning was to long, and we were ideally going to long into this OB. We had ADR to go into it, and when New York opened we were somewhere around here, and we still had space into this OB. Like I said, I wasn't too concerned about the 4H range that we were tapping here, because we've got this reactionary flip which would suggest that this is probably going to be swept at least, or if not, we're at least going to come into the refined 4H OB right here. Unfortunately, what happened is I got stopped out. So this was the New York Open right here. When we tapped into this chain, as you can see, this was during the lull. However, what it meant was it was the chalk level for supply to take control. Supply didn't take control, and this created a chalk level to validate this mitigating OB as a result of tapping, or rather as a result of sweeping this OB, which then gave us confluence to believe that demand is still in control because supply hasn't held, and this internal order flow essentially created the liquidity in the leg required for us to take a trade from here. We got a decent reaction from here. We didn't get the bust. So if you look at this, we came down, we broke the chalk level, we came up into the supply level, and then when we came down, we didn't candle break this. So at this stage, when we got triggered into the trade, supply was still not in control. So I was okay with this. And the risk made sense, right? Because our bias was long, we were targeting this, the narrative made sense. So all of these factors gave us backing to support the risk that we took when we entered this trade. At this point, when price started reacting from here, it wasn't confidence inspiring, but I gave my stop loss recent breathing room. We could easily get a 1 to 3 around here and a 1 to 5 somewhere around here before the daily range was used up. Unfortunately, what then happened is we broke this level, confirming that supply took control. You can see price stepped into another primary leg OB, but then at this point it was a bit too late in the day, because in order for me to get long again, I'd need to validate an order flow shift from here. We've got a chalk right here. We tap into these buy to sell wicks, but I'm not too keen on using these. So I wouldn't have validated that order flow is in control, and then by the time that happens, it's the end of the London cross, and I'm not really interested in trading that. So overall for the day, pre-Asia created the low of the day, and unfortunately, like, this trade just wasn't meant to be part of the probabilistic model. Unfortunately, at this point of the game, this was my fourth loss of my funding challenge, which is fine. Drawdowns happen; they're normal. What this means is now I'm going to implement my risk management rescue plan, reducing risk to 0.5%, and then recovering from drawdown and coming out of this stronger than ever. I guess the positive thing to take out is I did get my rationale and my trading direction all makes sense, and it has panned out, so I'm happy about that. I'm not going to let the loss get to me. I think the lesson is resilience. Yes, it's hard being in drawdown, and yes, it's hard taking a 4 losing streak, but you have to be resilient enough that you continue applying your trading plan so that your probabilities do play out. who knows, maybe the next 6 trades will all be winners. Besides that, one winner is usually between 3 and 5 hours, so one winner can easily correct a negative 4%. Obviously we're going to be reducing risk, so it might take 2 trades, but that's fine. We'll see how it goes, right? Yeah, so that's the live trades. What I will do now is do a full EOD markup. I won't talk too much, I'll just mark up, and if there's anything important I will highlight it to you. So we usually get our 4 hour swing structure from the daily. Again, to emphasize, we had a neutral day today because Friday was a bullish candle breaking this trend, so we're in neutral territory. Obviously tomorrow, well, if today actually closes bullish, which it's likely to, tomorrow we'll have a bearish daily candle bias, which would actually shape up quite nice because we got that nice pullback phase LPOS that we can short from. It would also mean we have reasons to trade both directions tomorrow, so we will keep an eye against, yeah, we'll keep an eye with regards to what we're trading against. Okay, so just to recap, coming into London, um, price didn't come into the extreme OB. We had the opportunity to trade under the extreme approach with our low below the low of the day. This is a big stop loss. I wasn't a big fan, but as you can see, supply never took control. Then we came into the London lull at around 1 p.m. Um, there was a potential entry here, but it's in a lull, and I don't trade that. What we did have is the failure of the chalk, thus giving us reason to anticipate if supply will take control. However, this is also another chalk, thus validating the mitigating OB. The flip creates the liquidity in the leg. This is a valid POI, but because there's no liquidity in the leg there, we use that as liquidity in the leg. Technically, my stop loss didn't need to be much lower than this. It could have been 6, but I decided to give it some breathing room of around 9.5 pips. As you can see, to the 4 HOB 1 to 3, and there was easily space for 1 to 5, I believe. But yeah, the prudent approach to be to at least target at 1 to 3 if you're going to relieve a runner. It's after the session, so taking the 1 to 3 would have probably been a good idea at this point, because not much volume generally is anticipated from this, but today was a little bit of an exception for the first hour after the London cross. Anyway, this is a loss. I can't foresee me putting my stop loss below this. We're playing New York continuations. We had backing, like I said earlier, so my EOD review and my live chart markups are identical. This is good. And yeah, I guess this wraps up the day. There were no other valid trades that I can see for the day for GBPUSD. So yeah, that wraps things up, and I guess we'll chat again tomorrow.